Yo, 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 yo. Anybody see me out there? Hear me? Okay, Snowman, Patrick, what's going on? How you guys doing? Apologize for the bit of a delay. So, my stream is set up for my other channel. So I was trying to manipulate everything over here and it's been a bit of a headache. So I'm trying to do a couple of things here because my main chat window is not working properly. So because there's supposed to be chat on the screen and stuff, but it's not working in alerts. So give me 1 second here. I'm trying to fix that real quick. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm gonna turn this music down real quick as well. Give me a second. I'm a little bit all over the place because usually I have a system. So we're gonna turn this music down real quick for you guys. You can hear me? Hey Max, finally catching my first live stream. Just found your channel a couple of days ago. Love playing Better Mart. Nice. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. What's up, Robin? How you doing? Yeah, this is the first live stream on this channel. So there you go. You're here with everybody else. So we are live for the first time over here. Give me 1 second again. I apologize. Like I said, I'm trying to get StreamerBot working for me because that's my main chat thing. And for some reason, it's not wanting to register my current channel. And if there's a little bit of a delay, I apologize as well. So there's a couple of issues. The joys of streaming. Auto connected. Okay, does that work? Bot account auto connected. Let's see if that worked. Please give me some stuff. Yep, can hear you, mate. Nice. How is everybody doing today? What's up, Silent? Just want to let you know you have great vids. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. We are trying over here. Give me just a, yeah, come on now. Work. Connected. I'm gonna give this another second, but we're not gonna be on this page too much. So yeah, welcome to the live stream, guys. So just want to say this first and foremost. Thank you guys so much for all the support on the videos. Thank you so much for just in general being here. It's actually really cool to be live with you guys. I really love live streaming. Just to rip the band-aid off, this is not my only channel. I have a main channel that I make live service games like Arc Raiders, Helldivers 2, and a bunch of other games that I make content for. This is a second venture for me, so I really do enjoy simulator games. So I wanted to have an outlet to be able to make those types of videos. And again, I appreciate you guys being here. Seriously, I was not expecting anybody to really be here for this stream because again, we're so small on the channel side, but you guys have been blasting the support on the Megastore videos. My Megastore is so messed up. I am from the state of Georgia in the US. How long did it take you to make your main store? It took me, so let's see, about 100 something hours, but I played the game too much. I think, well, how many hours do I have in the game right now? Between not Costco and that one, it's quite insane. Let's see real quick. I'm gonna load the thing up. This is still not working. I'm gonna close StreamerBot. I'm gonna reopen it. You're from PA, nice. Okay, so this is now reloaded. That's the like I love streaming, but there are some issues when you're trying to integrate multiple platforms onto the same Discord. Onto the not same Discord, the same thing. What's up, Yang? What's up, Lisa? Hello. We got a full crew here. Wow. What's going on? We want to get the box shelves for the main warehouse, not just a fridge. Yes, just got home from work. I'm trying to max it out, but I don't have time or patience. I understand. It takes a while. What's up, family? How you doing? What is your other channel? My other channel is literally just take off the 2, Max V. That's what it is. So yeah, literally like the orientations of my channel is Max V, Max V2, Max V3. So it's literally so simple. So there you go. Try to keep it simple. The main channel is kind of dead right now because I'm not uploading on it right this moment, but I'm about to restart uploading again this week. So that channel requires a lot more effort. And not saying that these videos aren't difficult because it requires me to play the game a lot, but the main channel requires a little bit more editing, and since I cover live service games, it requires a different type of effort. So I have to, it takes me, it's impossible to do it with my newborn son. So, you know, now that he's in a decent stage or we're in a good system, now I can finally start making videos again for that channel and bouncing between both. From Australia, there we go. Hi from Australia, hi from Scotland. Where's everybody from? Where's everybody from? We got Italy, Scotland, we got Pennsylvania. We got, is that for Vermont? Is silent? Is that where you're from? Yeah, how many hours do I have in the how many hours do I have in the main store here? I don't know. So I've got 162 hours in the game. So I don't know. It's some iteration of that in the main store. I don't really know what it is. This is driving me nuts, guys. I'm sorry. Cause like usually so I have it set up for alerts and all sorts of cool stuff, but it's not cooperating because I've got 2 YouTube accounts connected right now to this thing. Maybe if I disconnect the main YouTube channel just for now. Let me try that real quick. Let me log out of that. Let's see, partially connected. Okay. Yeah, because the thing is, I got a tiny window up here. I'd like to have one. We got a snowman from England. Yeah, I reckon the accent. I was gonna say it was definitely European, like UK. I was gonna say. You make great videos, by the way, Snowman. By the way, Snowman's a creator here on YouTube. He makes an incredible. He's a very chill dude. I like his videos, like super chill, like kind of calm and even keel. I like people like that because people like me sometimes get a little bit too animated, especially when I'm getting excited, you know, and it gets kind of annoying. So, but I like Snowman because he kind of keeps it. It's nice to listen to him kind of talk about things and whatnot in his videos. So I appreciate it. It's nice and chill, especially on the TV and stuff. I enjoy it. All over the world. Yeah, we got everybody all over the world. Nashville. I actually lived in Nashville, Tennessee for a while, Brian. So my actual occupation in real life is I work retail grocery. So that's why I'm like games like this. But I work retail grocery and I'm in management for retail grocery. So they flew me or moved me to Nashville to run the Whole Foods there. So that's what I do for a living is work for Whole Foods Market. Australia is crazy. Yes, Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday at 6:30 a.m. What? It's Monday here. That's so wild. Welsh, but I live in England. Okay. Yeah, man, it's like. Let's see. Not speaking. Okay. Chat. Okay. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second, because again, it's gonna drive me nuts. But it will just be for this stream. I'll get it fixed for the next one. But I like to have my chat windows correct, because right now my chat windows are all over the place, and it's difficult for me to read. Performance. Okay, 1 second. Whole Foods on Broadway, the one Green Hills, the one in downtown. No, not downtown, but it's just outside of downtown. Not the one downtown. All the way downtown. Here it's midnight. Wow, you're very committed. I would be asleep. I'm from Kansas City. Here the home severe weather lately. Is there a lot of Kansas City has a lot of tornadoes, right? If I'm not mistaken. Tornadoes and like kind of wild weather. Okay. We're gonna figure this out, guys. We're gonna figure this out. So anyway, yeah, just the little tour of this. So we have multiple different types of channels. We got the RR page. There's usually chat windows that are appearing everywhere, you know, so you guys can see yourselves on the screen and stuff like that, but we don't have that currently set up right now with chatbot being broken right now. Yeah, they're all owned by Amazon now. Yeah, it's owned by Amazon. Yep. Got acquired by Amazon back in, oh God, I think it's 2016. It's been a while. Maybe 2015. Guys, smash the like button. Yeah, smash that like button. Otherwise, Snowman is gonna come bring a blizzard to your local area. Gotta get those likes up. Yes, especially here, especially north of KC. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's Midwest area has been somewhere I've tried to avoid living because of natural disasters. That's for sure. How much does it cost to how much does it cost the simulator? How much does the game cost? I actually don't know. Let me see. It's different prices right now. I think it's $13 right now, $14 right now. Bettermart is cool because of decorations and modular walls and floors and ceilings. I really like Bettermart. So I was not really expecting a lot from Bettermart, to be frank with you. I'm not a big fan of I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw it, it seemed very cartoony, and I wasn't trying to judge a book by its cover, but I knew that the systems were in depth from what I've heard from people. But initially, I'm not gonna lie, I judged that game pretty hard, but I ended up giving it a shot based off some recommendations, and I'm loving the game. It's very fun. It's a very fun game. It's very much in line with Megastore in terms of the management sim, because I really enjoy in-depth management sims, but I don't want to like play like a game like Big Ambitions, right? That's like too much for me, like a tycoon type game. But I enjoy like these level of management sims where they have more than one type of system involved, so I can actually do a little bit more. I have more space to work and things like that. I kind of like that a lot. You know what I mean? And Bettermart almost has too many systems. It's almost too overwhelming for many people. I can totally understand where people get a little bit overwhelmed. What am I doing? Right. If I did this again, I'll do it one more time. They have a plate shelf with pallet attached to the. Oh, okay. Is that what you need to have for to do the pallet displays? I've been trying to figure that out, dude. It's been driving me nuts because I'm like, I've seen people do pallet displays, but I could not figure out how people were doing it. It was absolutely driving me nuts. Have you played Hypermart? I have not played Hypermarket. I've seen you been playing it. Have not tried that one yet. Have you played Mall Simulator? I have not played Mall Simulator yet. No. I have not played Cafe Mart. It's kind of like a Better Mart, but has its own aspects. Interesting. Is it like kind of like running a cafe? Let me see that one. I was gonna check out that whatchamacallit game, the Cafe Mart. That is very interesting. Okay. I'll let this on my wish list to check it out. I never heard of that before. Cafe Mart or Cafe Mart Simulator. Very interesting. Yeah, because I was wanting to check out, what game is that? Yeah, I've not played Mall Simulator before, but I've heard good things about it. But didn't they stop supporting that game with also a cafe? Okay, I heard, because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, they stopped really supporting Mall Simulator. They abandoned it, from what I heard. I could be wrong. That's just an assumption that I've heard. Man, we got 22 of you guys in the chat. Seriously, thank you so much for showing up, guys. I really appreciate it. We're about to get started playing here in just a moment. Don't have a ton of time to play today, but I wanted to jump on with you guys for a little bit. Where you run an internet, video games, arcade, and supermarket sim. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Internet Super Cafe. I'll check that one out. I'll add that one to the list. I've been adding a bunch on the list. What's that game I was talking about? So do you guys like Return Outlet Simulator? I've seen like Rusty Champagne, a couple other guys play that. It looks like it's pretty good for the most part. But I don't know. I mean, like that game's kind of iffy about. I did buy it and wanted to play it, test it out a little bit, you know. But have you guys played that at all? Okay, we're gonna crank the music. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get into the game here, guys. Let's get on in. It seems to be that way. They still have Xmas. Oh, really? Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we got it. I actually have a retro rewind coming out. Retro rewind 100% video coming out tomorrow. Yang. So there'll be a video on that tomorrow. Game audio coming through. Yeah. Rest Area Simulator. I tried Rest Area Simulator. It's too on rails for me. So Retro Rewind was kind of the only game I liked that was more on rails. And what I mean by on rails is it's kind of scripted for you, but they give you enough flexibility to kind of make the game, the store how you want. But with Rest Area, it's too much like already done for me. Like the fixture, like the products go in one location. You can't like pick where the products go. I just wasn't a big fan of it. You know what I mean? It's more of like a job sim. Not like a big fan of job simulators. But it was okay. I played it for about like a couple hours and I just wasn't thrilled with the initial gameplay experience. Yeah, I've heard that. I gotta turn the music off 1 second, guys. Just drive me nuts. Forgot about that. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of those like mall type simulator games. Oh, not mall type, but those job type simulator games too much. It's amazing. I'm still playing it. They have just had a second floor. Oh yeah, for the Return Outlet Simulator. Yeah, I was looking into that. It looks pretty cool. That's the part I don't like about it. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of work to do, people. So we just hit level 200 over here in the main store, by the way. Congrats. So I'm working on store expansions in here as well. It's been a bit expensive because you can see that the the store expansions are quite insane. If we go down here to where I'm at. So where am I at here? So I'm all the way down here at 62, which is 173,000. So it's really hurting the wallet. One thing I like about Hypermark Sim that BetterMart does not have is they need to change the box zone restriction. Yeah. So somebody told me with the to press Q in BetterMart, and it worked. It actually was able to let me put the shelves together, which was nice. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Hypermark, you can place stuff where inside the building. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. So basically, like the registers have to go in a certain area, and that is annoying. I don't like that. That's what I like about this game is you get flexibility. Like I can put self checkouts upstairs if I want to, and whatever. I love that. I think that's quite nice. Okay, so to get this started, what we're going to need to do. So basically what we're going to be doing today, guys, just because I want to get as much of this done as possible. We are flipping the entire perishable section from this side of the store over to this side of the store. And the goal of this is, or the idea behind this is that we're preparing for the deli and meat department updates so that we can have plenty of space for those things. Because right now, in this current side of the store, there is no room for me to add perishables on this side. So we're going to have to pack everything up over here as much as possible and just get it out of the way. And we're going to move bakery and then we're going to move grocery over. I have a few different redesign ideas, especially for music, that I think could be pretty cool to add some more music fixtures and maybe increase music sales. So that's kind of my thought on it. So, but yeah, we're going to be flipping. It might take a couple of streams. We're going to be flipping the entire perishables to the side. Because you have to make your own cold rooms in the warehouse and Better Market. Yeah. I like the Ranch 99 or Ranch 99. Like, what is that? I mean, there's like a ridiculous amount of simulator games in the world. If you really think about it, like it all, like for me personally, my first simulator game was my first true simulator game was TCG Simulator. That was the one I really got into and played a crap ton of. I think I have like 200 hours in that freaking game or something like that. But before that, I mean, I didn't even really know the genre existed. Maybe I played a few games that were in that kind of niche, but for the most part, I just kind of didn't really even think they existed. We're gonna put the staff on rest, by the way, as well. Let's do that. The restockers are going to rest. Okay. Okay. This is going to be so much friggin' work. I mean, my goodness. Maybe I might actually be able to reorganize the registers in a coherent order, because right now it is all over the place. Do you guys think I should get rid of the checkouts here at the front, or should I keep it? That's something I've been debating for a while, is like whether I should keep it or get rid of it. We're going to do the registers here, I think, as well. These registers right here are going to be in the front. This would not be possible if I did not have this freaking cart right here. That'd be rough, trying to move that around. Okay, there we go. Put that there. All right, so what are we gonna do here? Never played games until I saw someone play Supermarket Simulator. So, yeah, Supermarket Simulator was a big deal for a lot of people. Pack this guy up. Need to have... Oh. Checkout has a cashier assigned to them. Fire them. You have to fire them first? I didn't know that. What? I had to fire my cashiers in order to move the register? Like, what? What? Oh, there we go. I was looking at that wrong. I was trying to pack it up. No, I was like, why won't it let me move it? Pressing the wrong button. Not keep it? Okay. Sounds like my first simulator game was Mall. And that's because of Rusty. Yeah. Rusty's a nice guy. He seems like I've watched his streams quite a bit. This is great. What's great? Mine was a $3 game. All right, gotta go. No problem. No problem. Thank you for stopping by, Silent. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna move this guy. So we need to figure out how we're gonna outline the bakery. That's the big question. So I'm trying to decide if I want to expand the bakery or if I want to keep it the same size, but I know for sure we're going to put it here in the front. So that's going to be the first thing you see when you come in is bakery on this side. And then I saw a couple of people and I kind of liked it. They put produce fixtures in the front, just kind of like as an initial display. So yeah, what we could do to maybe try to increase bakery sales, if possible, I've seen a few things like trying to figure it out, but I do think that we could maybe add an extra fixture. So basically we'll do a copycat, like do a mirror of this here and just make bakery bigger since we'll have the extra space over here. Because right now, the reason why I didn't do that in the first place was because we didn't have the extra space over here. But now that we do, we can come over here. We can actually make that happen. What's up, Black Beauty Gaming? What's up? What's up? Okay. If you guys want me to turn the music back on, I can, because I know that the game may be kind of low. Or I could turn the game up, one of the two. It's up to you. I'm good either way, whatever you guys want. You guys are the ones gonna have to sit here and watch me slowly drag every every display over here because we can't. That's one thing I would love is if we could just pack these up when they're full. That'd be friggin' fantastic. It would save so much time. I would absolutely love that. I would absolutely love that. Okay, so let's shove this here. If we could pack these up and then I could just load them all up on my little flat cart, I would absolutely freaking love that. That would be fantastic. What is everybody else playing besides Megastore? Like, because I've been trying to be on the lookout, like for the next kind of really good simulator game to come out. And there are some good ones out right now, but the thing is like, there's always that one that kind of like really kind of takes over the market a little bit. Do you guys like see anything or just feel like there's anything that interests you that is coming out soon or that has come out? I know that Rest Area Simulator came out. I've tried that. It's not really for me, but is there anything else that you guys can think of that's coming out? Because Retro Rewind was actually a ton of fun. I did enjoy the hell out of that game. You know, but it was kind of short-lived, and it's going to be a long time until they come out with the video game update. Where you at the bakery now? Where you at the bakery now? I had one item per display. It took up a whole area. Yeah, no, that's too much. I mean, that is way too much freaking fixture. Is to put one item per display. It's a lot, and plus also because of the way the game works, you're actually hurting your sales by doing that. Primarily because, again, the way the game works is they latch onto a shelf, and when they latch onto a shelf, what ends up happening is they take up all these items. So if you have just one item here, it's almost better to go horizontal as opposed to vertical with everything. You know what I mean? Just try to stay horizontal. I'm playing on this one right now. Nice. Yeah, this is a phenomenal game. There's no other simulator game like this on the market, and I want this game to get more attention because it deserves way more people playing it. That's why I'm making videos on it, because I really do think that this is the best simulator game on the market, and I've played in years. This dev does an incredible job. I'm just glad to see. I'm just glad we get to see you reorganize the store, because most of the time content creators just edit that out. Yeah. it's harder in videos because just rip the curtain back a little bit on it. YouTube is so focused on user experience, right? And rightfully so. They're creating a entertainment platform, just like TV, Netflix, or whatever, right? So they're so focused on average view duration on this platform and click-through rate to a minor degree, but they want people to watch videos not only as long as possible, but stay on the platform as long as possible, i.e. kind of like a TV network or streaming service, like, right? So if your video comes out and your AVD or average view duration is not at least 40%, then your video is immediately going to be not prioritized in the algorithm. It's not a science for every single type of niche, but for this particular niche, as well as many other gaming niches especially, you have to try your hardest to get that AVD up as high as possible. So it's in your best interest as a creator to consider where you can cut things out. And I've learned this a lot over the years of making content. I've been making content for around, God, I mean, has it been almost a 7-8 years? Like, you know, multiple different kinds of channels and whatnot. But I mean, the one thing that's always been the same with YouTube is that if your AVD or your average view duration is not up there, then, you know, it's very difficult to keep people engaged for 30, 40, 50 minutes. But I can say for our channel, just to be transparent, the AVD is wild. You guys are incredible. You guys love watching the videos, and apparently you're watching it for a long time because it is literally the highest average view duration I've ever had on YouTube. You guys are absolutely crushing it with that, which I'm tremendously grateful for. I'm still going to switch my bakery over to the small shelves like you, but I think I'm going to leave one of these shelves. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Cool thing about this game is you can kind of design it however you see fit. You know, really at the end of the day, like I like to min-max. That's just kind of how I've always been with games in general. And anywhere I can kind of min-max and do things, I try. I really don't want the bakery to be any bigger than this. You know, not until the dev makes a switch to where he prioritizes, you know, customers to come in for specific departments. One issue we're going to run into, so the store is expanding this way. And I don't want this to be wide open, so we're probably going to close this off a little bit more. So let's do this. So I kind of like this 3 wide though. It looks nice. It really looks nice. So what if we did, see if we did expand and add more. See if we did like this. That actually looks kind of nice. So how can we do the oven? That's the question. Can the oven go here? Where can this oven go? That's the main thing that's in the way. So let's see. Let's shove this as far over as we can. Boom, 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 boom. No worries, Jay. Don't get used to. Sorry, I'm literally. This box is so small. No worries, mate. I don't use one of my. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Sorry. It's like I said, literally, like I'm looking not in my normal chat box. I'm trying to read it the best I can. Okay, so where can I put this? That's the issue. What if I just put it right here for now? All right, so this is temporarily bakery. We're gonna probably redo this, but this is temporarily bakery. So we got that done. So now we can start moving. So the question is, so what are we gonna do? So should we do I'm thinking electronics goes here primarily because the fixture right there, the wall fixtures. I'm thinking we're gonna do that because electronics makes more sense in that corner. Would you show the comments on the screen? So I usually do. So I was explaining at the beginning. What's happening is I have a main channel, and my main channel is overriding the settings for this. So since this is my first live stream, I wasn't sure exactly how it would go with the connection. So right now there's an error, and I can't fix it. So I'm gonna have to fix it. I think what's gonna have to happen is I'm gonna have to redo the entire stream and actually do it. But see at the bottom right there, there's a sideways chat bar that will appear. And all that stuff will be available for future streams. I'll get it figured out. Because again, like OBS does not like it when 2 accounts are connecting or clashing. And right now, I got my my main channel clashing with this one, so that way it's not showing up as StreamerBot for some reason. But I will get that fixed for next stream, though. I apologize for the inconvenience there with that. We'll definitely get that ironed out for later. Okay, I have to go to work. Be back soon. No problem. No problem. Okay, let's see. We're gonna keep dragging stuff over there. But yeah, usually we will have chats popping up on every scene we're on just because it looks nice, and I know you guys like to see that stuff. So, but we'll get that fixed. Rest has the same issue. Yeah, it's just whenever you've got too many channels. The good thing is you can connect multiple channels, but the thing is getting the systems to talk to each other can be a little complicated sometimes, especially the first time. Multi-streaming was a whole nother animal. It took me forever to get my freaking Twitch and YouTube to launch at the same time, and they still don't launch at the same time. So I have to do Twitch manually. Okay, so the thing is we want to keep our registers close as well, so we don't want to go too far. So we're gonna drag. I think I need more room, because the problem is we need to move. We need to move music. So in order to move music, we need to. So we'll space electronics there, but for now we're gonna move music. This is gonna be a mess. I'm just letting you know now. So we need to get grocery moved. So we're gonna need to move music just completely all over the place in order to get grocery moved. So what do you think your live stream duration is going to be tonight? So I'm gonna stream for a couple of hours. My wife, like I said, I have a newborn son, so I don't want to leave my wife with my son for too terribly long. Eventually, we're going to work out some better systems and whatnot. So I'm going to stream for a few hours, and I will start streaming on this channel and at least twice a week in the long run. That's kind of what my wife and I talked about. So where that way I can hang out with you guys a little bit more, because I do like live streams. It's fun just to interact with you guys, because I mean it's cool in the comments, but it's a different vibe to have you guys here just hanging out and whatnot. I really enjoy it. Okay, so let's get this. Just for now, we're shoving all this out of the way. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, he's a fun kid so far. We're really enjoying it. Really enjoying being parents. It's a lot of work, but we were really enjoying it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I got an amazing wife. She's tremendously supportive. You know, this has been a long time hobby and passion of mine to do YouTube content, and I could not do it without her. She's been wildly supportive of me pursuing this, because it takes honestly, I mean, I wish I could express it. So I work a regular 40-hour week job, and I do YouTube about 40+ hours a week. So it's a lot of work, and I couldn't do it without my wife. She's tremendously supportive. I've learned a lot from you. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really glad you learned a lot, Brian. Yeah, that's the whole point. Is I do enjoy teaching. I've been a manager in retail for almost 20 years, and one of the things is that I've always really enjoyed is just working with new people and teaching them the ropes and stuff like that, especially with people trying to get into management, teaching them how to manage team members and, you know, deal with the ins and outs of the business and whatnot. You know, it's quite fun. Thank you, Cyrus. Appreciate it. You don't realize how many music fixtures you have until you start pushing it all out of the way. This is insane. And you know what's funny is we're gonna add more. So the music section is actually too small. I want to make it more grandiose. That's why we're gonna move that over to the other side and really flesh it out the way I wanna do it. Good God, so many fixtures. So many. Okay, but this'll God, moving groceries is gonna be a pain. See, again, if we could pack these displays up in their current form and move them around in boxes, then it'll be better. But the problem too with that one would be that I wouldn't be able to tell what's what whenever I go to unpack everything. I'd just be deathly confused, and it might be a worse off situation. Do you guys think the freezer update's going to be out this week, or the cold storage update? I'm really anxious to get that in here, because it's not even in the playtest yet. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't heard much. I haven't checked my the Discord yet, but we haven't heard much yet from the dev. He's like very closed lip about it, like hard at work, which, you know, he's got to be cooking something good. I can't wait to see it. Would you do a playthrough videos on the main store? The main store is primarily to show off updates. I want to be able to showcase the updates in their full glory with the main store, and Not Costco is going to be the playthrough where I'm building the store from the ground up. So it's going to be, so when you see the main store, it's because of updates, and it's also going to be in stuff like this in live streams. So that's kind of where it's going to live. You know, because when we're testing stuff, I'd like to start testing stuff live with you guys, you know what I mean, and whatnot. If we're testing fixtures or changes and stuff like that to the game, I'd like to do that. We'll also be dabbling in some other games as well on the channel, because again, you know, we can only do so much in this game in any given time frame. And with the Not Costco playthrough, that's exclusively going to be a video series. I don't really want to do that live and then translate it to a video. It just never really works well. And I kind of like the idea of it, because what I do is I wake up with my son at about 2:50, 3 o'clock in the morning to do his feeding and everything like that. And then after that, I get on the computer, and after he's nice and calmed down, I will go ahead and start recording my videos for the day. So it's quite early whenever I'm recording videos usually. So, but plan is that, like, I would love to explore some new games with you guys on the channel as well. You know, that's what live streaming is fun for, is just exploring some new stuff. Good God, that's a lot of music. All right, so we got now we got to move all this. Oh, this is so much. Anyway, so let's see. All right, what are we gonna do here? So the question is, so I want a little bit of a gap, basically kind of where this square was before. I want this to basically be grocery all the way over here, and we're gonna bump seafood over here to this wall, kind of like how it is now. So yeah, we're gonna need to move more electronics out of the way, because again, we're gonna, because I would like to, I don't want to expand the cooler section. That's going to be too much. The cooler section is going to be way too much. So we're going to go over here. Oop. Let's get this. We're going to get all this first run out of the way. I really hope the dev at some point adds new shelves for music and bigger hangers. So he plans, so this is what he said. And again, it's loose. Like, I would not take anything I say for gold, but I'm just keeping up with things in the Discord as much as I can. He does want to make changes to many fixtures in the game, but right now his main focus has been on cold storage, new departments, and working out some of the kinks with all that. And eventually, he wants to do a repass over many of the fixtures in the game. The one that he was most irritated with a while back was the produce shelves, which is why he fixed that one. But he will be doing a pass over music, I believe, sports, and several other departments. I imagine we're going to see a pretty different style of fixtures for many of our displays. I agree. I would love to see music racks like we used to see. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what was it? Circuit City. I don't know if any of you guys are as old as me and went to Circuit City. Then you know, that's would be cool. And we got a link to the Discord, so it is literally just the Megastore Discord. I believe if you go to the Steam page, you can get to it directly. I don't have a link for it now. So if you go to his Discord, you can see everything. So what are we going to do here? So I kind of want to do, I want to do something different, because I don't want this to look exactly the same. That's the thing, is with flipping around stuff like this, I don't want stuff to look the same. But I just want to get them over here so I can get an idea of what everything looks like, so we can make a better plan. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing the aisles of groceries similar, but leaving a gap. So doing like smaller aisles and then leaving gaps. That's what I'm thinking about doing. We'll see though. Let's just get everything moved over, and then we will reevaluate our life decisions over there in that section. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, but I got to the Discord from the Steam page. It was pretty straightforward from there. It was a direct link to it. Okay. Yeah, so temporarily we're just gonna shove everything over there, and then that way we can start. I think we're gonna outfit music first, and then we're going to come back to grocery later. So we're just gonna do the swap for now, because grocery, I have a number of ideas. I want to get rid of these big islands of produce, but I want to keep the same fixtures. I just want to do smaller like sections, and same thing with the aisles. So now that we have the more space, I want to make it like a little bit more dynamic as opposed to just being so uniform, I guess is the way to put it. Because before we were just trying to cram everything in one spot, but now we got some space to play with, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we're gonna move the end caps over. Boom. Yeah, one of the departments I want to see added in the future is I would love to see shoes, but I would love to see hardware, like a you know, kind of like what you see at Lowe's and Home Depot and things like that here in the States. I would love to see like a hardware store type thing be able to built in here. That'd be really cool. But I'm also thinking like, okay, so I got a few more expansions to go, but I'm wondering like, okay, are we gonna run out of space in the store? I mean, will we have to create a third level for the store? How cool would that be if there was a third level in the store? That'd be freaking wild. If you think it's difficult for the staff to work now, just imagine them trying to go up to 3 stories of the product. That would be freaking wild. It's kind of like Macy's. Kind of like Macy's and Sears back in the day when Sears existed. Okay. All right. We're making some quick work of this, actually. We can actually build a proper cleaning aisle. There you go, Melon. Poor restockers, I know, right? Okay. Okay. The great redesign of the Megastore. Yeah, this is why I'm trying to build the not Costco store the right way the first time because had I known that there was going to be so many perishables being added in first, I would have definitely built it the other way. I built it this way because I was thinking, oh man, you know, like I'm building out grocery first. That's my first apartment, so let me just outfit it all over here. And now I'm like, man, I kind of wish I would have built it over there. But honestly, it's kind of fun to redesign it a little bit. All right, so we're just gonna, like I said, this is all temporary. Let's start shoving produce fixtures over here. Boom, just get them out of the way. Can you imagine if restockers had to pull pallets to the floor? And it's like, oh, dude, I know. Like that has been my number one complaint about Better Mart, has been the fact that they only work one pallet at the time. It's incredibly inefficient. You know, the dev has made so many changes to that game, and I'm really surprised that the dev is not saw that and was like, you know what, that's incredibly inefficient. Let me find a way to make the restockers maybe have a cart or some generic pallet or something like that to put things on. They could do baby department. That'd be really cool. Like have baby food and, you know, have cribs and all sorts of other things like that. That would be quite cool. That would be quite cool. I think a shoe department would be awesome. Like have like an entire shoe department that could go in the back of the clothing department. Yeah, but speaking of fixtures that I want changed, I desperately want the clothing fixtures changed because I'll show you real quick. This is a department that I don't even like looking at. So my clothing department doesn't look bad. It's just that the problem is that it's incredibly inefficient for the customers because there's so many things tied up to multiple racks and I can't be bothered right this moment. I'm going to have to redo it eventually, but we're going to have to go through and change all these fixtures around. because there's too many items tied to one fixture. And for example, like instead of doing one item on one fixture, I want to do lines here to see if I can make that look better. But I've never been able to. I've tried every fixture, every configuration. This is the only configuration that I'm moderately happy with clothing. Other than that, I'm not. What I want is like BetterMart has, where they have like upright walls where you can put folded clothes in there, because that's like that'd be nice. Just some sort of other more dynamic fixtures that that would be better. Oh yeah, I think everybody universally does not like those toy rounds. That's for sure. It's got switching all my double shelves to single shelves. Yeah, that is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it makes a difference. Should probably get a new license for clothes. Yeah, I would love just anything. That'd be great. Okay. Yeah, the toy rounds are the worst. I can't stand them. Let's see. I want to see another entrance from the warehouse to the store. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like over here on this side. Maybe have like a second warehouse where those warehouse entrance where those registers are. That'd be pretty cool. That would be cool. Or we can just have the warehouse workers learn instant transmission like in Dragon Ball Z and just freaking teleport to where they need to go, right? That'd be great. I appreciate you guys hanging out again. Seriously, it's been a lot of fun so far already. It's just literally, I love doing stuff like this, even, you know, just for fun. Just changing stuff around and trying something different. It's actually quite interesting to see what you can come up with. So yeah, this is gonna take up a lot more room than I thought, but it's perfect because it's gonna basically map out how I'm thinking. But we will just get everything shoved over here and then work out the kinks of it here in just a moment. I think my cat wants in. Did I shut the door completely? Give me 1 second. Let me let my cat in. This is my first son. This is Winchester, so named after I don't know if you guys watch Supernatural, but he's named after the Winchester boys. He's their little brother. So, yeah, he's getting old. What about restockers having in first and second priority? I would like that. Yeah, just like basically their first priority can be toys and then their second priority can be sporting goods or something. That'd be nice. I would like that. I think that's a great idea. Don't know how difficult that is to code for the dev, but I imagine he can figure something out for it later. The other thing that's going to be really interesting is to repaint the floors. We got to figure out a new floor scheme because I want to change some stuff up with that as well. We got more checkouts. We're going to rearrange all the self-checkouts as well. So we're just going to shove them all in the back here. I don't even begin to know where my cart is. Is it over here somewhere? Where is the cart? I have no idea. Where did I put that thing? It's lost in the sea of, oh, there it is. It's lost in the sea of things over here. Okay. It looks so freaking bare over here. It's wild. Okay, so we're gonna move these guys back to the back for now. Reset it. Yeah, I should have. That would have been smarter. That would have been smarter. Okay, let's get this. Move over here. This is gonna look real good when we're done. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this music department's gonna look like because we're gonna expand it to make it a little bit bigger. We wanted to do that for a while, but I didn't have the heart to redo the entire music line after it was already set. But now that we got the space, we can do it. I was tempted to bring sporting down here. I was really, really tempted to, just because I want to see if I could fix the sales on sporting because it's kind of low. But I just don't think sporting looks all that great, and it would just look weird down here. You know, I like it upstairs. It just feels like it fits upstairs for some reason. I think toys in the not Costco playthrough looks really nice downstairs. I wish I had more space, otherwise I'd bring it down. But there's absolutely no way I'm gonna freaking drag toys all the way downstairs. I think it looks nice and tight as it is upstairs right now. Okay. See, now that we're in the single shelves of coolers, we can actually make a aisle of coolers, which is great, because before with the wide shelf we couldn't really do that. But now that we have the singles, we can actually make a proper aisle here. About this game, and I love playing the game. It is a freaking fantastic game. This is by far, in my opinion, the best simulator game on the market from the standpoint of support. There's obviously going to be some things that are going to work out over time, but in terms of constant support, constant communication from the dev, there is no better game, and the systems in here are always working when they come out. There's never, to me so far, and I haven't played every update, but to me, every update has worked really, really well out of the gate, which is rare, because most of these simulator games, or just any games in general nowadays, like it doesn't matter if it's a AAA game or a simulator game, always come out with some sort of bugs, issues, you know, and this dev nails it every time. You know what I mean? Like, I think he does a fantastic job, and, you know, I'm going to give flowers where they're due. I mean, honestly, he's one of the more detailed people I've seen. He really cares about making sure things work before they come out, which is great. Now that you're reorganizing, where do you plan to put the new stuff when it comes out? It's all going to go over here. So basically, the reason why we're doing this switch is because the non-perishable side of the store is going to expand a lot faster than the perishable side is going to expand much faster than the non-perishable side. So we're going to move music and electronics here to give it a little bit more room to breathe. And then we're also going to move all of our perishables here, and then deli. And I need to see what the fixtures are like and stuff like that, but it's going to go over here in this area somewhere. We'll just have to figure it out when it comes out, because I don't know what the fixtures look like, if they're going to be similar to seafood or if they're going to be, you know, what they're going to be. We're just going to have to see. About Car Dealer Sim and like it a lot. It's buggy and I doubt they'll ever fix it. Yeah, I tried Car Dealer Sim. Again, it's one of those types of games that's cool, but it's just not my type of game. But it is quite cool. I think the devs actually do quite good with their updates as well. But I've heard the same thing where it is kind of a little bit of a bugginess thing. All right, so before we lay out music, we're gonna have to get electronics laid out, because we need to figure out the configuration of that. My biggest complaint right now is the seafood fixtures. Yeah, the seafood fixtures have two problems. Number one, they're huge. Number two, the seafood sales are so low because there's too many items tied up to the seafood cases. What he needs to do is make half seafood cases, like sections of 4 as opposed to sections of 8. Not only would that be better in terms of layout, because you don't have to have as many cases, but also it's easier to shop. Very similar to what we did with the bakery section. Your sales or your movement will go up on the seafood stuff if it was on smaller shelves. Can't wait to open it. Open the second and get the forklift. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that reach truck is getting that reach truck for the first time, if you've never had it before, is a freaking incredible experience. I think we're gonna do the same type of line like before. I kind of like that. Like this, maybe. I don't know. Trying to think of something new. And each customer has to wait for the clerk. Yeah, exactly. So what happens is, so this case is locked down by this customer, and if there's several people waiting for items, nobody can shop these items as long as there's customer locked down here. That's why seafood sales suck so bad. You know, there's two things to mitigate it. A, have more cases with less items, but B, you could have a second or even third seafood clerk back here managing people better and getting them out of here. But nobody wants to do that. That's too much labor cost for that department. Okay, so what are we going to do with this freaking electronics department? I don't want it to take up so much room. I want it to be kind of tight right here. Let's see. Let's pull everything out and then like really look at it here. Let's look at it. Let's look at it, because we don't want to make it too much bigger. But we also don't want to leave it the same. So let's see here. Go over here and put this over here. We're just going to get everything shoved over here. Kind of go from there. My brain works in mysterious ways when it comes to remodeling. Okay. Boom. Stuff like this helps too. Like I mentioned this a couple of times, but splitting the tables up with different items helps as well. So that way, if you don't run all white vacuums here, run white vacuum here and white vacuum here, it does help with the sales overall in every department. And it gives people an opportunity to shop the items faster. But there's just a lot of little things you can do in every department to increase sales. And seafood is kind of honestly a lost cause at this moment. It's more of a novelty. The one thing that in seafood you can't have enough of is lobster tanks. Honestly, you can go 30 lobster tanks and probably have an absurd amount of sales. I'm not even joking. Quite a while. As the stream will be available to watch tomorrow. Yeah, of course it's gonna be on. Yeah, get some sleep, Snowman. It's gonna be available for you to watch whenever you like. I don't take down the streams. They stay up. They stay up on the channel. This is really tight. Let's see. So maybe I've tried this before. I didn't like it over there. Let's see if we can get this to work. Hold on, I'm gonna try and we did this. Let's line it up right here. So if we did like this. Okay. And then what if we did don't like that already, but I'm gonna see it real quick before I fully say no. Where's the other laptop table? There it is. See you later, boss man. Okay, so there's that. What's up, Pierre? Did the new update reduce the daily revenue? There's something going on in the back end because my sales are down too. I can show you over here. My sales are down too. And I think it's just something on the back end because if you come here to my 30-day total, this is where I was before at 100. I don't know if you can see it, but it's 108. I was like between like 100 and 108. But over the past few updates, my sales have gone down into the 80s and 90s pretty consistently. I think it has a lot to do with just some various back end things that are happening. I don't really know. I don't have an answer for you, but been doing small things here and there to try to mitigate it. But you're not the only one. I was well over 100K for quite a while. There's something on the back end with these new updates that's maybe dropping the sales a bit. But again, that's just my assumption. I don't really have any firm data on it. So let's do this. So we're gonna put that there for now. Let's shove smartphones at the front here. This is all temporary. I just want to get the spacing for electronics right now. What's up, Lucas? Hey, Max, do you think it's better to start hire restockers than palletize, or try to palletize and hire workers? Honestly, with the way the game works, you need to get restockers almost as soon as possible. I would just invest into them early. Get into vending. Vending is going to help you pay for the restockers because restockers are going to do nothing but benefit you. So every time you have a restocker available in the early stages, just get a restocker. Keep focusing on expanding vending. Vending is going to, in the long run, pay for your staff. That's just how it works. Especially one vending machine can pay for 2 to 3 staff members. You know what I mean? So especially if you are cost effective with it. So I would prioritize pretty early because this game is very unique when compared to other games. It behooves you to have restockers very early. I would not wait around on them. So electronics, let's see. Let's just do this. We're gonna line something out temporarily. I'm gonna fix it later, but we're going to just get something lined out here just to get the space. Then we'll come back and fix it in a minute. That's too far. Let's do this. Unfortunately, it's got to get worse before it gets better. But I don't want electronics to come out any further than where this keyboard is. So that's kind of my limit. So we're going to try and stay within that limit, and we're going to, I think we could maybe do the same thing that we did on the other side. Very similar. Maybe, hold on, wait. We're gonna have to create some more space. So let's start here. So we start here like this. This will be the back line. This. And again, this is all temporary. And before you palletize, do you just throw the boxes in the storage room? Yeah, basically. If you watch the first couple episodes of the not Costco playthrough, yeah, just throw everything everywhere. That's pretty much all you can do. Just basically take them for the storefront or get pallets of them and then just drop them wherever. There's really no sense in worrying about it too much. Okay, so let's try this for now. Where's the other tablet? Because you only can get to the beginning first. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just in the beginning stages, just focus on getting vending outfitted as quickly as possible, and that's going to pay for a lot of your early game endeavors. Because what ends up happening is with vending fully maxed out, you'll have plenty of money to just get into other departments quicker and also pay your staff. So that's why I like getting into it early. All right, yeah, this is not going to work. The electronics is going to be a bit of a problem. We'll have to figure that out in a minute. So we're just going to shove it out of the way for now. So we're going to leave this back line like this just to get us the spacing we're going to need. But we'll have to figure this out in a moment because that's a bit of a cramped spot. We could also go with electronics in the back like we had it before, because this is not going to... Yeah, that's what that might actually be the better... That might be actually the better play, guys. Instead of trying to cram electronics right here, what if we did it in the back here? That might be the play, because we have more room over here than up there at the front near the registers. I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to scoot seafood over here, because this is where it's going to go anyway. What's up, Robert? What is the best one to start with in Megastore in terms of departments? Vending. So vending is going to be the one you're going to focus on early, but just I picked toys and candy with my most recent playthrough on a new store. That's a good option. Clothing, I just don't. I've basically have decided I don't like the fixtures enough to not want to use it. But I mean, if you want to dive into clothing, that's also a good option. I would say avoid grocery, because grocery in the long run has much lower margins than any of the other departments, even though it will technically become a really predominant seller if you lay out your fixtures the right way. But just to keep it simple, do toys and candy or clothing. I think toys and candy is more fun, personally. I've actually enjoyed expanding that a lot more than I did the grocery department early, just to be frank with you. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna work better. Yeah, this is what we need to be. Okay, so we're gonna do... Electronics is going to fill the whole back wall here. Yes, this is going to work better. We got more room. I don't have to stress about cramming as much. Yes, that's going to work better. Yep, so we just basically flipped electronics from one side to the other. And then we'll go all music to start, so we can actually have plenty of playroom for music. That's what the goal is. Okay, so we're... What? No. Let me just scoot this over just a hair. Come on now. Work with me. I think it's right there. Right there. Is that wall? That's not... No, it's not against the wall. Is this it? That's it. Okay, good. That's the line out. Oh, I started with grocery. No, don't worry about it. If you started with grocery, just do it, but you don't have to like focus on it. That's the thing, is like you can switch or do whatever you want. I started with grocery in this store, and my store turned out fine. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's just, again, it's a little bit more difficult of a department to expand. But the thing that makes it easier is having vending. That makes it a lot easier. The clothes look good on the customers. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that, Lisa. Yeah, I would just focus on just focus on whatever you want. But again, my biggest piece of advice is get vending done early. That's going to pay for a lot of your early game things for sure. Toys like better and better, more organized license. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is like I love how organized clothing is. It just feels more. You're getting things unlocked in a good order. You can skip around a little bit easier. Like if you want to just go all candy to start with, you can. What if we went away from this configuration? Because I did that over there. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Like, this is what you guys are here for. This is my brain. My brain is all over the place when it's time to remodel, because I need to make sure that I get this laid out right the first time. So what if I did... I think, yeah, we'll do that. So I think we're going to do back wall here, and then we're going to do registers right here. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do back wall here like this. We're going to do all the way over here like this. Tighten this up. So reason being, so basically we want to put the registers in various areas around our fixtures, primarily around our apartments, because it gets customers in and out faster. So that lined up? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so basically gonna mirror how we did it before on the other side. Let's go here. Yeah, this is gonna look good. This is gonna be the best. This is gonna be the best the electronics department has looked in a while. It's gonna be so uniform. It's gonna be stupid. I'm gonna love this. Okay, let's go here. That line. Okay, there we go. Okay. We can scoot over a little bit more. We don't have to have it so tight over there. Oh, wait, what am I doing? My OCD is bad for this game. It's like, I gotta get it lined up right. That's too tight. That's too tight. Don't like that. Scoot it over just a little bit more. So that line. I'm gonna line it up with this line right here. That's perfect in terms of spacing. Let's go here. Boom. Is that lined up with this table? Yeah, it is. Okay. This table's not fully lined up right. Let's make sure it. Okay, so we need to be on this line. That right. Close enough for now. We'll fix that in a minute. What was it? Laptops. Yep, laptops. So we got this pole to contend with. That's the only issue. Is this pole is going to be a bit of a burdensome, but I think we might have the spacing. We can space it a little bit better. So if we did like. That pole is going to be a problem. So we got to scoot back just a hair like this. Boom. Logically, I understand the poles to the store, but they are somewhat annoying. So logically, they kind of, there's not enough. I'm going to be honest with you. This structure, like there should be one here all the way down. There should be, there's not enough poles to hold this building up. I think that there should be more. I know that sounds ridiculous, but if we're looking at it from a logical standpoint, we should have more poles to be able to hold the building up, because right now there's not enough. You know, I don't want more poles, but again, it's logically, if we're thinking about it like that, we need more to hold the structure up. So I was like, man, I'm actually kind of grateful we don't have more poles. Okay, so I don't really want to lead with vacuums, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. For the restockers to perform whatever you can get, just get. The ultimate goal is to get fastest restockers possible in both categories. So basically, I'll show you a couple things here. Give me 1 second. Let me line this up real quick before I drive myself crazy. Is that? No, that's not even close. This is not even close to being lined up. We're gonna have to. Well, when we switch the floor, it's going to make it easier, because right now this floor is not easy to line up. Okay, whatever. We're gonna get it lined up perfectly later. So then what we can do, instead of having the watches on the side, will be there. So with the restockers, what I look for is this. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You want as fast as possible, but especially early game, you want stuff like this. So basically, you're looking for team members that are like this, like Dallery. So she's $89, but she's got over 120 in both stats. That's called a super staff member. That's what I dubbed them. It's not canon term for the game, but anybody that's close to that $100 mark or below that has over 120 is gold mine. You got to have those, right? But as a general rule of thumb with restockers, as long as you get somebody that moves fast, that's going to be your #1 stat you're focused on, because you want them to get to the display. Whether they stock it quickly is it's important, because that you definitely want them to stock it quickly, but you definitely want them to move fast. That's the main thing. So prioritize getting fast work speed, move speed. It's not always going to work. Like, again, as you get into the nitty gritties of the game, it's just difficult to get restockers at that rate, right? But for me personally, I focus on move speed as my main priority, but I want to find people that are both, but I mainly want to find people that are that range that I talked about, 120 and higher and less than $100. I've got quite a few staff members like that. Yeah, I always had to put them back down on the concrete floor. Yeah. So we're going to do the rounds right here. The rounds are going to go right here on this side. I think this will look really nice. We can scoot them back a little bit more too. They don't need to be exactly right here. So we can like this. So we'll reline this up and fix this later, but that is pretty good. I'm good with where this is located now. We'll fix this register, get this out of the way for now, just because it's messing up my line. So, and then we'll do registers right here, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Or right here now. We can do registers right here. All right. This is going to be the problem child. I'm just letting you guys know now. So what I'm thinking, just to start with, CDs, the most annoying thing in the music department. Let's see, where are we gonna go here? So first of all, we need to have some breathing room for electronics. So we're going to probably start here, but we're just trying to get CDs out of the way. So I'm going to move those first, and then we're going to expand the other things. That's kind of what we're going to do, because we got so much room to play with now with music. It's going to be great. I'm very excited. I think my music sales are going to go back up because of it too. Let's see here. Okay, so we're just gonna shove the CDs and albums and stuff out of the way for now. We'll categorize them later, but for now we're just gonna get them on this wall as a example. And I have a really cool configuration I want to try for the music department that I've been dying to try, but I just was waiting for the space to do it. So we're gonna try it here in the store. See if we can get it working how we want. Boom. I forgot about Bakery being over there. The guy scared me. I was like, there's a guy back there. It's just a guy hanging out behind the music. He's just like, dude, you buried me behind this music like an hour ago. What's going? Well, how'd you forget I was here? All right. You going to try the rectangular from Not Costco? That, but I had a better idea on top of that. It's going to be a little bit more grandiose. It's going to be a little bit more grandiose. We're going to see if I can get it to work. But that rectangle configuration looked really nice in that small environment. I'm already liking this a lot. Let's see, that pole is awful. It's literally right in front of all the music items. It's literally blocking the tablets. I'm probably gonna switch the vacuums over there, just because I'd rather the vacuums be blocked than the tablets. But we'll have to get the floor laid out to get to the lines. I wanna, what the heck is going on? Hey, there we go. Gotta look out for this, so I need to scoot this forward a little bit. This is a mess. Come on, get in there. What is going on here? Dude, there's so many freaking racks of CDs. So many. It's obnoxious. It's way too many. This is literally just one facing of everything. I only have one CD that's two facings, which is this one right here. Because that was the only way, because I had a gap. So otherwise I wouldn't have done it. Like that, because we have to respect the fire alarm by not respecting it and blocking it. That's exactly what we do in the store. We don't respect regulations. We just go against them. D-Mart is not about respecting regulations. Well, it looks a lot different when the stream started. I know we ripped apart so much already. It's kind of crazy. It is. We have ripped apart most of the store already. It is going to be a massive project here. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. So let's see here. All right, so we're going to do. So if you saw Not Costco, we're going to do something similar to what we did with the squares, only a little bit better. So we're going, because we have more space. So I need to get to guitars. So this all needs to be out of the way. This all needs to be out of the way. But first, I want to get. Where's the guitar bags? They're over. They're all the way over there. So guitar bags are all the way in the ether. Okay, so there's one guitar. Put that there. That's the bass guitar. We're gonna need more fixtures too. We don't have enough. So there's acoustic, violin case. Let's get that over there. Why am I moving it over there? Case right there. That is. That's not a violin, like cello or cello case. Yeah. Why so many speakers? They must sell fast. I did it because of aesthetic purposes. Completely aesthetic purposes. That has nothing to do with with selling. but I am expanding them now in terms of the way they are, because I do feel like my sales will increase if I do have more speakers. But initially, the reason why I did it was because the line didn't work unless I had a lot of speakers. So I just literally did it for aesthetic reasons. But they do sell fast, just as a thought there, though. Put that here for now. We're gonna do the line of bags for now. We're gonna get all these over here. That's what I want to do for now. Boom. Boom. Yeah, you gotta prioritize aesthetics over everything. That's how things work. If it doesn't look good, is it good type thing, you know? Cello, more guitars. Let's get this guitar over here. This is so many guitars. This is not even half the guitars we're gonna have in just a second. We're about to explode guitars in just a minute. Yeah, the other day I was just gathering money. Apologize, my voice is cracking. I was just gathering money the other day, and I got up to like 500-600K, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy the next few shop expansions, because I don't want to just sit here and hoard money and the store not expand. And good God, that cost me literally like $500,000. It was insane, and that was only for like 3 expansions. I was like, dude, the expansions get so expensive toward the end of the game. It's very, very difficult to justify getting them. Okay, there's the second acoustic guitar like this. Here's blue bass guitar. Here. Then red V guitar. Does I have that one over here somewhere? Red V, not yet. Boom. We are making some moves, people. This is a radical transformation. Another question, how do you handle guitars in the beginning? I have to order them like every hour. That's just how it works, unfortunately. Just buy one license, stick with the first one for as long as you can. I'd flesh out a department, maybe get vending done, and then get into it later. What you can do early as well as you get restockers, go ahead and start assigning one restocker to music specifically. That will help quell some of the burden. But just trying to order ahead and stay as on top of it as you can, but it's basically impossible to keep up with early. You're just gonna have to do your best. But assigning a restocker to it really makes a big difference. That's me when I'm playing a simulated game. I might go for aesthetics as well, but sometimes it just makes sales. And yeah, I agree. Sometimes it just makes sense to expand on certain things for sales. But when you get to a store, the problem with this game right now in its current form is that the larger stores suffer because of the fact of the variety of items. Like, my music sales were so astronomically high for a long time, but the moment I expanded into toys, this new toy department, as well as got everything else fleshed out on the top, the music sales went way down, like I can show you here. So, and it's always been on the first floor. I haven't moved it. And what am I doing? Not that. So if we go here to music movements, let's go to yesterday, for example. Like, look how far music has come down. Like, toys and candy went up, which I'm going to redo the toys and candy upstairs. We're not today, but we'll redo that. But look at music. So music was number 2. But ever since I made the grocery change, and ever since the store has kind of gotten to where it is now, grocery has catapulted to number 2, and music has stayed at number 3, 4. So I'm hoping with this adjustment that I'm going to make is now going to catapult music back up, which will in turn increase the sales. But we'll have to see. I don't really know. I'm not a full believer in it yet, but I can be proven wrong. We'll see. There's the red V guitar over here. I heard that larger and makes more customers spread out. Yeah, it does. That's basically how it works. So whenever the customers come in for their items, they spread out all over the store. But not only that, but they have more items to choose from. So they're going to, so for example, with a large department like grocery or toys and candy, they're going to choose items from that department over something else that they could have chose. But if you don't have those departments, they may choose more music items. So that's just kind of the overall thought process. Is that all the guitars? Yeah, great. I have warehouse maxed out, and I have unlocked all the items but the new toys and candy. Yeah, Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the acoustic guitars, and we'll go to electric guitars later. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, boom, boom, boom. Let's just get enough room for our acoustics. So, basically, what we're going to go here with that guitar first. This one. So very similar to what we did not Costco. We're going to do these little squares, but we're also going to just make them a step further. We're going to go further beyond, make them a little bit more grandiose. Why not? So boom. Because we can afford it. We got the budget. We got the budget, baby. We're going to do it. Let's see here. So where is the other? There it is. So we're gonna do this for some of them. For the speakers, I'm gonna maybe do something a little bit different. We'll see. I used your basic suggestion over the weekend using the small shelves, and my sales nearly doubled. That's amazing. That is absolutely incredible. Very good to hear. So we need some more shelves. Let's go ahead and grab. We're gonna go ahead and grab. I know this is probably gonna be wasteful, but I'm gonna grab a few pallets of shelves. Music, furniture. We're gonna go to storefront. Okay. It makes a big difference, and you can do the same thing in other departments too. It's not just bakery. Any department that you do that with, you can literally see a big change. Like I imagine I could even double the bakery sales again if I were to spread out a little bit more. Like make picture copies of these displays. So basically, I'd make 2 of these types of displays as opposed to just 1. I bet I could double it again. You know what I mean? That's just how it works. Giving product more room to breathe is always going to make things better. Okay, so let's drop these here. Okay, we just got one more. That's annoying. I didn't grab enough there. That last one. Okay. If I could have more vending machines, I would actually test around with vending it to increase the sales in vending to see if I could do it. But I think priority right now is for me to get my music sales back up. That's what I'm really going for. Because my music sales have been too low for too long. Oh wait, what am I doing? Wrong one. Where's that? I'm missing a guitar, aren't I? No, that's right. We're gonna do that. I lied, I did it backwards. So we need to do this like this. Ranch 99 is a real store, not a video game. Oh, Ranch 99 is a real store. Okay, I'm mistaken. My bad. That's cool. Never heard of it. Is that not lined up? What the hell? That's weird. That is strange. Is it off just a little bit? Maybe ever so slightly. Yeah. Okay, well, maybe that'll work. Nope. That's very strange. Okay. Block 1. That looks nice. So then what we're going to do. So what I'm thinking is I want to do a bigger block. An even bigger block right here in the middle. So let me grab that guitar real quick. It's back here somewhere. It's back here somewhere. Let's see, right there. The thing is, I don't want to just stop there though. I think we're going to do another. Wait, hold on. We're going to do one more. We're going to take it even a step further. We're going to take it further beyond. We're going to do another. Just to go crazier here. Let's just do this. Yes. All right, there we go. That's more like it. Now we're turning into a. Now we're turning this into a music department. Come on now, lock on for me. That didn't line up perfectly. We're asking cold room to be the Pacific area instead of want to build my own warehouse, cold storage room, perfect education, build multicultural. Oh, okay. New York State. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, got it. Okay, so now that's one extra of each of these, but then 2 extra of the middle guitar. So that works out fine for now. Okay, so that's 1 block there. That looks mighty nice if I'm saying so myself. It looks a little weird from the top, but I don't care. Let's see here. So what I want to do here, the CDs aren't going to stay here. I'm just putting them here for now just to see how it looks. I may do, well, they could stay there. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and build. We're going to build a V guitar line now. So that one's blue. Let's do the white V guitar. Where's this one? We're going to do this one. So we need a little bit of space here. Like maybe like about like that right there, if you know what I'm saying. That's perfect. Let's see. So is that lined up? I don't think so. White guitar. Where's the other one? Where's the other white V guitar? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. Let's do one more here. Okay. We do this one here. Do the blue one. Or let's do the black one in the middle as the double, because isn't that... Which one's the more expensive? So that one's $358. There's blue, there's red. So $357, $359. So yeah, this blue one is the most expensive. Not by much, but it is. Okay. And then let's grab, where's the other blue V? Am I crazy here? There it is. Okay, we are looking good so far. Okay, so let's get this other V here. Okay. Let's get one more here. Okay, perfect. What do you guys think so far? What do you guys think so far of this configuration? You think it's going to work? So we've increased SKUs on every guitar variety. So basically we went from 2, because that's what it was before, because of the configuration we had before, but now we are switched to a much larger configuration. I'm thinking about doing something different on this backline here because we got so much space. Like a smaller one, like back here on this backline. But I'm thinking that looks pretty good so far. I'm liking it. Liking it a lot. So these type of stores have a sensitive amount of product, meat, seafood, hot foods, of course. That sounds like I'm starving right now. Like everything you're talking about sounds like is making me hungry. So I'm just saying. That'd be cool to have an arcade in this game. I know that that's a bit much, but that'd be cool. International grocery aisle. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Sounds like a pretty cool little place. Flowers, plants. Yeah, I used to be a produce manager for a long time. So I'm a big fan of the produce and floro. Now we have bass guitars and then we have electric guitars, right? So thinking this is gonna look pretty good. Question is, are we gonna have enough room? And I'd scoot down a little bit. So we gotta do bass guitars next. So what's the most expensive bass guitar? That's $386. That one's $362, and then this one is $357. So the red one is by default in the middle. Okay, so we're gonna have to squish a little bit here. That, so black one. Let's do this one here. Yeah, we're gonna have some salmon tonight. We're gonna have some salmon for dinner tonight. What's up, Bonds guy? Just my opinion. Your left is space between. I'm sorry, I can't read. It's a small box. Left a lot of space. Acoustic bags. Looks good like that box design. Okay. Yeah, the box design I think was pretty good. This is temporary. We're gonna fix all this. This is all just out of the way for now. And each store location, each brand store, unique designs, layouts. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. That is awesome. 382. Wait, no, this is electric guitars, isn't it? Yeah, that's electric guitars. Okay. So that's the midnight bass. I'm getting confused. So bass, that's the bass guitar. So bass guitars, I'm gonna get them out of the way so I don't confuse them and put them in the wrong line. So this one's a bass guitar, right? Yeah, so bass guitar. That's all bass guitars here. This one is 357. This one is 362. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just trying to get it. 357. Okay, we're just gonna expand on this one. It'll be fine. We'll just do this one in the middle. Yeah, because we have so much space to play with here. I'm trying to... So we got to figure out the speakers. That's the next thing. The speakers is the big one because I want to have a good wall of those. Okay. We need some more shelves. Music hanger. We went through that entire 2 pallets of shelves so fast. Okay, and then lastly, it's going to be this one, the red one. Okay. Boom, and then we need one more shelf. And how is that off? That perplexes me. Is this like there? Am I tripping? Like, how is this display off? It's so funny to me. Let me start from this side then. Okay. That is very odd. It's like the floor's uneven or something. Stick right there to that one. Stick to this one. Stop it. Just wanted to stick to the other rack. I don't know why. That is mildly annoying, but it's okay. We'll fix it later. Okay. Okay, there we go. Ranch 99 does sound like a cool simulator game, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sounds like a cool simulator game. Okay, go. And then we got bass guitars. That's the last one, so we got to figure that one out. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to get this to work because we're already colliding with music with electronics a bit. But I'm really liking the start of this. This is looking good. So what if we move these out of the way? So we're gonna move these out of the way for now, and we're gonna scoot this line down a little bit. Again, I know it's annoying, but we got to find a way to get the bass guitars in. Scoot this down right about here, like this. Okay. Get that fixed in a moment. Okay, so that's a bit better. That gives us more space there. And then again, we can always adjust electronics around just a little bit to give us more room on that side. Electronics is not the focus in terms of trying to increase sales because electronics is just a weird department at the moment. I don't really care about getting sales from that too much. I care more about getting sales from music right this moment. It's another reason why I wanted to make this switch because I wanted to give myself more room to breathe with music more freely. Well, my plan was to start from the back, not the front. But it's okay. It's okay, we're making it work. Okay. And lastly, get that there. Okay, so that's there. And then we're still not going to have quite enough room. It'll be very close. Yeah, it's not going to be quite enough room. We're going to have to move some stuff around. So the bass guitar is basically going to come in line with that pole. So we're going to have to scoot electronics in a different direction, come up with a different configuration for electronics. So we'll work on that in just a moment. We'll figure something out. It took me a while to get my last electronics one because it's just such a weird department. The fixtures are very strange. Move that back the wrong way. What am I doing? Okay. We are making some moves. Cannot believe it's already been an hour and 40 minutes. Time is flying and we barely have fixed anything. Like we've gotten bakery maybe in this configuration, but even that I kind of want to play around with some stuff. But we barely have even begun to start on music. It's crazy, man. This is gonna be a long remodel for sure. Might be a multi-day thing. This is gonna take a minute. I need to get this done before the update though, because again, I wanna be able to fully dive into deli and meat right away, and I want to have the spot for it already laid out, or at least kind of the spot laid out for it. Oh, so that's why it's just clashing with that display in front of it. It's being stupid. So why is it? There's something wrong with this particular area of the floor, or this display. It's very strange. I don't know why it's not connecting there. Because this one connects fine, or sort of. This is just very strange. Anyway, it's okay. So that's a little better. So if we build our, so we're gonna kick this out of the way for now. Go away. Go away, electronics. I'm not sure. He's cooking on it right now. Hopefully this week. I imagine it'll be this week. I can't imagine him wanting to prolong it past that. But for sure it'll be within this week or next week for sure. Right now from what he said, he's working on the final details of what goes in there, is what I think he's working on. For the new store, a cool name would be Not Whole Foods. Yeah, right. Not Whole Foods. Okay, so like I said, we'll fix this later, because we'll maybe move seafood down a little bit as well. Okay, so that's one base there. That's a bit tight. Because there's enough. I have to play around with the spacing on this. But it's pretty close. We need more shelves. Bettermart is getting a produce rework update soon and a seafood update. Wow. I cannot believe that that dev is all over it. Let's get 4 for now. That dev is all over it. That person is very much into changing the game a lot, very fast. Okay, there we go. Speaking of Bettermart, I'm gonna record the next episode of Bettermart tomorrow, and then I'm also going to record Not Costco as well on the same day. Get both of those done at the same time. So both of those will be recorded in the AM. You figure after doing, what am I doing? Wait, something's off here. Oh, I'm missing one display. I'm like, what the hell? Why is it so small? Anyway. Get one more here. Okay. Like it's so small. It's not right. I figure I get tired of playing so much Megastore, but I really don't. I'm having such a blast with this game. There's just so many things for me to play around with. I really enjoy it. See, this one's again like that. What's going on here? Am I missing something? It feels like that there's something not quite centered here. Fix this here. Okay. Now this one is not lining up here. That is very odd. Not locking on. There we go. It finally did it. Okay, good. Okay, so let's get our box and set those out. Music is massive now. This is freaking huge. Okay. But this is definitely what I wanted to do. I desperately have been wanting to increase the guitar size of the entire freaking music department, and we have definitely done that. Let's look at it from upstairs. Let's for the hell of it, let's look at it from upstairs. That is a music department. This is turning into a music department right there. That is very interesting. I wish I could put something in the middle, like right here in the middle of the displays. It looks funny from up here. Just looking down in there. One of these days, I'm going to jump off the top like that and end up landing in the middle up there. It's going to be quite ridiculous. So will produce in this game go in the fridge? I have no idea. That's a good question. I'm imagining that if it makes sense logically, what would happen is you would put the what am I trying to say here? You put bakery in there because the bakery items are technically frozen. Not all produce items need to go in coolers. Example being, I'll show you. So all the cooler items, all the freezer and cooler items definitely should go in there. Like all these things. You don't need to technically put melons, although you can. It's optional. Pineapple doesn't need to go in there. Apples could go in there. Mangoes don't go in there. Papayas don't go in there. Hard squash, pumpkins, like all this stuff, except for Napa cabbage here, whatever that is, don't go in there. Cucumbers are optional. Mushrooms do need to go in there. Cabbage needs to go in there. So you can go down the list. Like quite a few things technically in real life do go into there, but hope no one throws fish in there. Oh yeah, well fish is supposed to go in there too, so technically it should be. So I technically have more space over here. I can scoot down. I'll do that later. So yeah, because we need to give electronics just a tad bit of room to breathe. But let's see here. So we're actually, I lied. So we're going to go. Basically, all the tropical fruit doesn't get in refrigerated. Basically, yes. Basically, yes. It does not need to go in there. Meat needs to go in there. So there's a lot of things that need to go in there, which is why I think the dev is taking so much time. And I think he may miss some stuff as well. But for the most part, he's trying to figure out what should go in there and what shouldn't. So that's kind of what he's working on right now. There are no gaps in the guitars. What do you mean? No, we're going big block. Going big block, baby. Because in Better Mart, all produce goes in there. Yeah, that's the thing is like not all produce has to go in coolers. It's probably easier from a design standpoint, but technically in real life, you don't need to put all the produce items in there. I do not like this. I hate these CDs. I'm trying to figure out something that is not like that. I'm thinking about, you know, this is actually not a bad idea. Let's put these here for now. Throwing fish in the gaps between, yeah, I'm gonna start. Just gonna start throwing fish down the holes there. That would be absolutely ridiculous. So what we're gonna do is this. I wonder, can I make this? Hold on, wait. Can we do? Would this work? No, it doesn't because of the way the fixtures work. Okay. Trying to reduce the footprint of CDs as much as possible. Come on, man. Okay, I need to play. This is so annoying. Okay. CDs are the bane of my existence in this game. I do not like them. corner them over here as much as possible, just out of the way. Not really a fan of them starting the department, but it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Just trying to get some more space down here on the end, because that's what we need more room here. Because what we're going to do is going to be interesting. Usually fresh green produce goes in a fridge. Yeah, so one thing that's weird to me, I actually meant to mention this to a dev the other day, speaking of fridge items that are incorrectly placed. So whipped cream does not go on a shelf. This whipped cream has been expired and bad for a long time, because whipped cream is supposed to go into a cooler. That's not supposed to be on a shelf. I'm just saying. I don't want whipped cream that's not been in a shelf. That's probably got some bad stuff in it. Also, waters should not have to go in a cooler. I like how Bettermart does it, where you can have optional of putting these things in a cooler or not, because that's how it is in real life. You don't need to technically put that stuff in a cooler. So it'd be nice to be able to put water in something else. The same thing with canned soup. Canned soup does not, or chicken soup does not need to go in a cooler. This stuff does not need to go in a cooler. This luncheon meat, technically that's a canned item. The salami can go in there, but it's kind of optional. When I worked at Walmart, we used to find formerly frozen fish displayed for, it's awful. When you work in retail grocery, you find some wild stuff in places that they shouldn't be. So one thing I was thinking about, let's see here. So we got the guitar blocks kind of laid out now. So I'm pretty happy with this. Now we need to outfit the rest of it. So we got so many more things to put in here. It's going to be crazy. We're going to try to squeeze it all in. So one thing I was thinking about doing was this. So something like this. Hold on one second. I'm going to see if this looks good. If it doesn't look good, we'll try something different. Eggs don't need to go into a fridge either. Yeah, that's technically a I've heard that, and I've seen that in Bettermart. In the States, technically eggs do go in the fridge. They are definitely not outside the fridge, that's for sure. This pole's the only problem, but I'm thinking like this. Like this. So we'll do something like this. We'll do something similar, just a smaller block. So you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Yeah, soft drinks don't need to go in the fridge either. Yeah, that's right. Let's do the subs here. So we're going to do like this. Not the subwoofer, the, what are those things called? I friggin' spacing it. The guitar amps, that's what it is. Over here. Australia had them on shelves. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it in different parts of the world is different. In the States, we put them in the coolers, but especially depending on how they're grown, or not grown, but the philosophy on it, depending on your country. But yeah, in the States, it's like, you know, it's one of those things that they have to go in a cooler in some grocery stores. It's very strange, very different. Yeah, if you go to like natural places or organic places, you can get away with not doing that. Or not natural places, local places. Usually they don't put them in fridges and stuff. Oh, dang it, I need to build around this first aid kit, don't I? Don't like this pole. I'm thinking about building away from it in just a second, but I'm just trying to see. Could have started the guitar players around the pole first. Yep, probably would have been smart. Would have been smart. Doesn't look too bad. Like a little square of stuff right here in the back. Like this. This pole is like such a nuisance. We're gonna build this a little bit over. It's too close to the pole, because we actually don't need as much space. We can do this. It'll probably be about several iterations of this, but I at least want to get it laid out for now, just to see what it's going to look like and see if I like it, because that's the big thing. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. Then we have a couple of like little squares like this in the middle of these, like kind of like, so when you come in, Basically, you can kind of see those like this. If we can line this up a little bit better to make it more uniform, like that. So that way, when you're looking down the gaps here, instead of having a wall, you can see that. And then maybe we can do some other things on the sides. I think it looks nice. I think it's gonna look nice. Basically, line this up here like this. And the guitar should go on the walled shelves, not those types of shelves. Yeah, I agree. I'd like these rack things to go away, like these little sides of them. It should just be like a wall fixture. I agree, 1000%. That would look so much better. To have like a little wall fixture. Okay, so let's see here. So that's one set of speakers. Technically, we are losing speaker space by doing that, but I was already overexposed on speakers anyway. We'll just keep playing around with it. So we got these speakers as well. So I'm just trying to see all the speakers now. We got, if I did like this, that's a subwoofer, right? There's a cube speaker. Okay, that's what that's called. But technically, if we went here with this one in the middle. So wait, is that lined up? Yeah. See what I mean though? How like, okay, rather than seeing a wall, you like look straight down and you can see the little cube thing and whatnot. I think that looks pretty cool. Then you have like a little cube of speakers and whatnot. I think it looks pretty nice. And then we'll do something similar with the albums. I think that looks pretty nice. So then here we can do, that's already lined up. Great. So then we can do the, there was another one, wasn't there? Got those. Are we missing one speaker or am I crazy? All produce in this game go into the produce cooler and an island like that you're using right now. Yeah. Still got all this stuff to place around and whatnot. We're going to have to get creative here. I thought there was another speaker. Am I crazy? Or maybe I just do... do like this. Keep the same dimensions. This, and then have that other speaker right there. This. Yeah, this doesn't look bad like that. Yeah. Two different types of speakers. Come on the side, there's more like this. Doesn't look bad at all. I like it. And then with these cube speakers, we can do similar. Because we got these right here, these big ones, which we'll put in a moment. Let's get that other cube speaker. This one. Okay. Guitars and amps go in the carpeted platform shelf. Carpeted platform shelf. Interesting. Okay, and then one more. It'll come together, guys. Slowly but surely. We just gotta keep playing around with things, and it'll eventually all come together. Right now, we're kind of in our first iterations of this stuff, because again, it takes time to make this stuff perfect. It took me forever to get my store configured last time, which is why I didn't live stream it, because it was like I was in there doing it for hours. Just sitting around on the just like reconfiguring. I really like this, dude. Like, but like looking down the aisle right there and seeing that, and then maybe we can do, like, we don't have to do it with every single one, but maybe we get one more here, and then we kind of build around it that way. Maybe with this next one we can do let's see, so we're out of those, so let's do this. We're gonna do the amps on the end here like this. We're gonna do like, okay, this is gonna kind of end right here for now, because we only got 2 of those anyway. Let's just leave these here for now. We can maybe do something with these later. That looks nice. I like that. It's very, very, very different. We got drums and stuff. Question is, so CDs and stuff. So let's shove this over here for now. I'm thinking, God, the albums piss me off. I want a different display form so bad. So we got this huge run in the middle here, which is good. This will be where the store kind of goes. So So if I were to do, let's see here. Got some decisions to make. So we got to somehow fit this stuff in here and CDs and stuff. I'm tempted to take all the CDs out for now and reevaluate that later and get all the rest of the music stuff in there and see how that looks and then kind of go from there. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to maybe do the CDs in a completely different location from that particular spot, kind of go from there. I like how Better Mara is set up before to be before people in other countries. Yeah, I agree. I like how it's different. You know what I mean? It is nice that it has a different approach. For me, it threw me off a little bit when I was first getting into it, but I'm getting used to it. So much airspace on those shelves. What the speakers and the CDs? I wish there were CDs like 5 shelf display. I agree. We need simpler displays for the CDs. It's just kind of ridiculous. They look terrible. They really do. I do not like these baskets. I just think it's just a horrible design. Does not look good. Okay. So let's go here. Not a fan. Could do CDs in little squares as well, but I don't know. We got to figure out this stuff a little bit in a minute. Could technically kick electronics to the middle here. Kick seafood further over. Maybe do seafood like here on this wall. I mean, this wall is going to come down anyway. So like these walls are going to come down next expansion. So we could kick seafood over more. And maybe we could build seafood here for now. That might be the play, and then move electronics over a little bit more. What do you guys think? Maybe what if we moved electronics like here, like in the center area, move seafood over even more, like over here, like kind of build like a wall of seafood. And that way we can build out the rest of this. So the reason why I don't want to do that is because I'm thinking about doing the deli and seafood as one department, because in most modern grocery stores, seafood and meat are right next to each other. So I'm trying to keep them together. Like bakery is completely segregated to the front of the store, where people can kind of come in, like smell the bakery and stuff like that. Then you got grocery, and then I want to have seafood and bakery or seafood and deep meat and deli combined. So I'm thinking about doing that over here in this area, but I'm not sure. I just need to see what the fixtures are like, how big the department is, things of that nature. But I want to have complete flexibility up here, but I do want to keep bakery up here kind of like this in this little square. But we'll figure out the details of like this oven, for example. Like I don't really care. Put that right there for now. Yeah. So I'm trying to keep it to where meat and seafood and deli are all together, because it makes more sense from a grocery standpoint. I think we're going to do it. We're just going to hodgepodge seafood over here. Let's just get it completely out of the way. We'll reevaluate seafood later. Sorry, boss. I know you're getting moved around a lot, but we're just going to shove you over here. Okay, so we're going to haphazardly shove seafood over here. And we're going to continue to make that one. Yep. Floor mop on squeegees. That is a lot of things. I'm trying to dissect that comment. It's a bit much. It's okay though. Let's get our cart and move this out of the way. So we're gonna move electronics inward more. Let's see. So we're gonna move our self-checkouts out of the way. We'll also have to keep in mind we need to put self-checkouts everywhere as well. Kind of keep them. That'll be the end goal though. Close. Okay. Let's drop this back over here. Oh my goodness. All the self-checkouts are back here. So many self-checkouts. Oh man, this is definitely a ridiculous remodel. We're flipping everything around so much. It'll be worth it though. Trust me. We are going to be looking clean once we're done with this. The grocery side is going to be a whole nother ball game. So we're just going to do an island of regular grocery, and then we're going to have to block off the rest. I really need these 2 walls to come down, but that's going to cost me around like $500,000 to take down those, just to get to those 2 walls, and I don't really have the funds for it. So I think we're going to leave. We're going to move this down here just for now. So much music still to go. I know. That's why I'm trying to make more room. I think we're gonna make music freaking massive. I want to make music like the biggest apartment in the store. That was kind of my goal with this whole thing. Is I really wanted music to, because all the other like electronics is really kind of a small department, so I don't really want to like prioritize it too much. I need to get more self checkouts out of the way. Where's my cart at? Cart, where are you? Go cart, go. I need to reset it. But so where does it, I have a question. I've never done this before. Where does this cart reset? So if we reset this cart, where does it go? Storefront. So it goes out front of the, it goes out front of the store. Ah, okay. So it goes right here. Okay. I've never reset that cart before. I had no idea where it went. Okay. Okay, there we go. Not outside. Can I squeeze through? We made it. Yes. Let's take the escalators out and forget the upstairs. I know, right? I wish. That'd be freaking nice. That's a thought, right? Okay, so now that we have this room to play around with, let's see. Okay, so let's just crudely shove electronics over here. Let's get music done, then we'll redo electronics in the middle here. So we're just gonna crudely shove electronics completely out of the way. I have another idea for electronics now that I've seen that wall right there. Maybe I can finally get that wall to be useful for something. So here, it's weird stalkers can take their carts upstairs with no elevator. I know they're peak athletes. That's why. We didn't know that we had world-class Olympic athletes at the restocker position in the store, right? All right. We have more space now. Magically. Great. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. So now that we have more space, we can do some more interesting things. Okay. So we can go back to our plan of having all of the CDs on the back, or we can do an island of CDs down here like this. So now instead of CDs having basically no home, basically we could do this. I don't like it, but I mean, hey, at least they'll have a home. You know, maybe like this. Let's see if it works. Let's see if the math works. I don't think so, but we can try. Let's do this. Let's do that. Boom, boom. Boom. That lined up for the most part. That's why the restockers cost so much. Yeah, I know, right? Because they can freaking Olympic hurl things up on the top of the shelf. This island could be a little bit bigger too. It doesn't have to be so small. Because there is more CDs. Okay, so let's go there. I can tell this is going to be a multi-stream effort, guys. I mean, it's going to be a lot of work. And they have more items in the tanks, fish, eels. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like to get some fish and eels in here. That'd be freaking cool. Like just some other varieties of fish that can go in the tanks. How many more do we have? We have a lot more, don't we? There are so many freaking CDs. So we did like another one here. We got the space, so let's just flesh it out. See what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, let's see how many more we got. I'm just curious. This is guitar strings. So the guitar strings technically don't need to go with the CDs, so I can take those out if the configuration doesn't work. Is this too big? This might be too big. This might be getting too obnoxious. This is crazy. But it doesn't look bad. I mean, it's the best the CDs have ever looked, in my opinion. I mean, what do we have? Jesus, there's just so many freaking CDs and stuff. Seafood departments, locals, anchors, sliding glass doors. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff involved in some seafood departments for sure. Same room behind produce. That would be interesting. It'd be a smelly produce department. Curious what the homeless guy out front's going to do. I have no idea. We'll find out one day, right? Okay. Is that all the CDs? Do they all fit right there? Hey, wait, no, there's one. Dang it. Nah. there's always one more. Oh man. So if we did one more. Oh my gosh. This is look how many CDs there are. This is crazy, dude. This is crazy, dude. This looks good though, man. It's gonna look great once it's done, but we need something on this back wall though. So the back wall can be all the speakers and stuff like that. We could flesh this out a little bit more instead of having it squared off like that. Or maybe we could just keep it squared. I don't know. Or I'm thinking of something crazy, guys. Hold on one second. What if? Well, that won't work, right? Because no, this shelving block. The dev could add a few more types of guitar strings instead of a basket to put them in, like a peg wall. That'd be nice. You're supposed to be able to be hired him. Yeah, I've heard that he's supposed to be able to be hired. Again, I'm not sure what the long-term goal of that is. Yeah, well, I'm not totally happy with this, but at the same time, it's like it works, I guess. That is every single, and this is like a huge final line. There's all the freaking CDs and stuff. Very obnoxiously here in the middle. Maybe they could add department managers, make orders departments. The player would still have to approve the order. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Something different. I don't love this. I think maybe we'll just stick with the same CD configuration we were going for earlier on the wall. Or maybe we do smaller squares here. Because how many is this? So this takes up 2, 4, 6. How many do we have? Jesus. 2, 4, 5. So we got 5, 10, 13, 16 total racks of freaking CDs and guitar strings and stuff. Crazy, dude. It's a lot. I'm thinking. So for now, I'm thinking the guitar bags will go here. This is going to be a very long-term project. This is a lot of work. It's fun though. It is very fun to get this stuff figured out. Exotic produce. Guitar pedals. Yeah, that's a good point. There are no guitar pedals in the game. That's a very good point, actually. We have this space over here as well. We could do 2 smaller squares of music, maybe like this. Maybe just do another one like this of the albums instead of making it so big. That could work. Maybe just do like a, in general, smaller run of CDs like this. Possibly. Let's see. Ultimately, this whole thing does not look good. I do not like the CDs. We're going to have to figure something out. CDs would technically look pretty good in a long run down the back wall here, like way down here, like doing a huge run of CDs like this. That may be what we do. And then we could put registers up here in the back. That might be what we do. Yeah, I think that's just the best call. The CDs just don't work right here very well. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Yeah, I mean, this is all experimentation, trying to figure out the best configurations. Maybe we do speakers in that block like that over here. Might be the better play. We're getting somewhere though. We're getting somewhere. Because with the speakers, get the amps back in there. Bettermart is getting managers soon. Very interesting. We're not going to stream too terribly much longer, guys. I'm going to have to get off and start cooking dinner. But we will be continuing this later this week because I've got to get this done. So we're going to be doing more of an urgency. But I want to at least get this small little bit of music done. So that way we are at least made some progress today. But so far, I'm quite happy with the initial start. But we've got a lot of friggin' work to do, man. A lot of friggin' work to do. But we're making good progress. Yeah, this looks much better on this back wall. Yeah, it looks significantly better. Like this in a long line like this, it looks much better. I mean, it should be organized by album, CDs, and stuff like that, which is a smaller detail later, but at least it looks better like this. So your store sells CDs and not CD players? Very true. Very freaking true. Where's the CD players at, man? Where the hell are my CD players at? So we're gonna go with, we're gonna do a speaker line. I think this will look good. This. Like this. This. Then we're gonna do this speaker here. This. You're in the middle of cooking breakfast? I know. Such different time zones. It's crazy. I'm about to start cooking. We're gonna cook some salmon. We're gonna have some salmon and quinoa. Hold on, wait. That's that one. This. Oop. Then we do this 3, but then we're short 1, right? Better Marcus getting a pro, yeah. This one will go here. Yeah, annoyingly we are. And so the other speakers can go, if we flip down music a little, the CDs a little bit more, we can put the other speakers on the wall here. Yeah, we had that for lunch, nice. So we can put one more rack here, and then we got this. These look good like this. I like it a lot, actually. This looks really good. Get one more of these speakers here, that, and then we can go, if we move this down all the way here. This is just a temporary thing. Let's see down here. This, I'm saying this right now. This has to be one of the largest music departments. This thing stretches across the whole friggin' side of the store. It is insane. I love it though. I think it's awesome. I think this is awesome. It's gonna be really cool once it's done. The one thing I'm not happy with is the speaker setup. I want to get like a better configuration for the speakers to fit all the speakers in the same line, but I'm undecided how to do that right now. Undecided. We've got to get the amps over there too, and we still got all this over here to play around with and get in here. So we got some work to do. We're not even close. We're not even close. We got some work to do, but we'll get it all figured out. It's gonna be a beast, because we could technically do all the all the instrument type things down here, or the drums and stuff like that down here. But I'm happy with this guitar line. It looks really nice. Mega Music Simulator, pretty much. So if we could do that block configuration I was talking about earlier, like for here. So why is that? You guys see what I'm talking about? Like, so something's off center here. Like that doesn't, that's strange. Like the wall is not like lined up. That is very weird. Am I missing something here? That's like a big gap. There's two. That's why I'm stupid. See, this is telling you that I'm hungry. This is telling you that I'm hungry. Trying to see if you guys are paying attention. Come on now. Yep. What do you think they would do for that update? Were you talking about for Bettermart? You have one set too deep. Yeah, I figured it out. I'm just testing you guys to see if you're paying attention. That doesn't look too bad for CDs. We do a couple of islands of those, but is that enough? So is there, how many fits here? 2, 4, 6. We'll be one off, I think. There's just no good configuration for CDs. I'm convinced. There's like zero good configurations for CDs. Nothing makes sense. Nothing looks good. Nothing is going to work. We'll just have to figure something out. CDs could go here in this corner. Speakers can go on the back wall here. I don't know. I digress. We'll figure out the rest later, but we're off to a very interesting start. We at least got bakery seemingly set up. We got bakery done for the most part. Some small tweaks here, but for the most part, it's looking pretty decent. We'll get this fleshed out a little bit better. And music is beginning to come together. We're gonna have to think about a couple other things. I like this. This doesn't look too bad like this. Gonna walk in. Have guitar bags here, but we'll figure it out. We've got a lot of space right here. So that's why I want to do these kind of blockouts like that, because I think it would look nice to kind of close out some of the space a little bit and not have it so full. Yeah, this could work. Play off this like that. That's tight. Place off the front of it like this. Have two different diets going on. Had a burrito taco with beans and that sounds delicious. That sounds so freaking good, man. I'm starving. Okay. I think we're gonna do this. I think we're gonna do like gaps here, like this. That actually doesn't look too bad. So you come in and like, okay, like this, and boom, 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 and then we kind of go all the way down with this. And maybe we finish off with some other stuff here, like lines of speakers and stuff like that. I think that's what's gonna look good in the long run. I think because we can line them up with the aisles here as well. Like this. Is that lined up? Yeah, it is. Let's try and get some of this done just real quick. Too many things like this. We might have to make one a little bit bigger than the others just because, again, we are dealing with an odd number of baskets. Okay. It's technically a little off, but it's fine. Something like that. That, like that. I think it looks good. Some of this gap is not working. Let's just do like this, or what am I doing? Start with this section. Dang it. Darn you CDs being odd numbers. So if we add, darn you CDs being odd numbers, stinks. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Not too worried about it. Let's see. So if I were to. I do like how this is looking on the back though. It looks so much better. Plenty of room to breathe here. Might shove that around somewhere else. Maybe we could do the last few right here on this wall. Get these out of here. Just to... I know it doesn't look great, but at least they're out of the way. We don't have to worry about making some sort of weird square. We did like this just for now. Get them out of the way. Just for now. Okay. That's 4 there, so then at least there, and then if we did... this. This is so oddly satisfying, just rearranging all this stuff. I have no idea why. It just is fun. This. Okay. Okay, and then this speaker will have to do something a little bit different. So unlike that one, so we're gonna have to cut back a little bit on some of the space there. Oh crap, we got the first aid kit to deal with here. Got that right again. Okay. Do those cube speakers like that. Is that that's the big ones. Boom. And then we're gonna do the amps in the front. Where are the amps at? Where'd the amps go? What did I do with them? Guitar amps, where'd you go? Right here. Let's do these guitar amps in the front here like this. So it'll be a little bit of a less footprint on those speakers, but it doesn't really bother me too much because we were overexposed on speakers anyway. So we can do that, and then we'll have these little... Oh no, is that fire hydrant gonna get in the way? No, okay, we're good. Perfect. That was like literally the perfect symmetry right there. Okay. And then where's that? No. Okay, no, it's not that. No, fire hydrant got right in the way. Dang it. Ah! Stupid fire hydrant. Is it in the way? Barely. Hold on one second. This is in the way now. Move that. Nope. It's literally like an inch. Literally like an inch. So I have an inch to spare over here. Don't. Why is that so far off the wall? So if I were to, yeah, it's gonna be off just by an inch. Dang, sucks. Sucks. So wish you could move stuff on the wall. I know, freaking fire hydrant. Dang it. Literally, the fire hydrant is the bane of my existence right now. Because if I were to scoot this, yeah, because it'd be too close now. It's not that bad. It's close. It's way too close. Yeah. Come on now. Did it work? Did I get it? No, not quite. Almost. Dang it. What if I brought it out just a little bit? I mean, it's not going to be even though. That's the annoying thing. It's okay though. It's not 100% even. It'll be fine. Close enough. That's actually literally like inches off, but it's close enough for now. So we'll just have to get rid of this guy if that works that way. Okay, and then we have another island we could play around with for the remaining like instrument items. Because I don't really want to go too crazy on these, but we can play around with like putting them on an island over here. Like you know, do like a couple cellos, like 3 cellos, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like make this a little bit more of the instruments. Do the drums in the middle. Because I ended up coming up with a good configuration for the drums. So if we did like drums there, and then we have maybe cellos and stuff like that in their own little display as well. Yeah, it's gonna look very interesting. Okay, let me put this down here. Okay. And then just for measurement purposes, I'm gonna put this here and then put this here. Perfect. Well, so we'll need another drum, I think. Or we could just not do drums. Nah, drums make sense. We could do violin cases or the cello cases. If we did 2 drums like this. Boom, we'll put this other speaker here just for measurement purposes. And then if we did back here, because I don't want to really go too much bigger on the cellos. Not cellos, but the these things. So I want to keep these like this. So I don't want to go much bigger on those because they're expensive and plus they don't really they're not really insanely profitable. I mean, technically, if I expanded them, they probably could be, but I don't really want to overexpose on ukuleles, to be honest with you. So if we went like that, and then maybe it's not looking too bad. Obviously, these speakers and stuff won't stay here. Be racks. And then these guitar bags, where can these go? That's the big question. Guitar bags. So we still have violins. That's one last one left that needs to find a home. So violins need a home. We could technically do for now, because a lot of these things I don't really want to overexpose on. Like this, that doesn't look bad. Like this, and then we can do the bags elsewhere. Hey, it's coming together, coming together, coming together slowly. Technically have room to do another block like this of the bags. this. Because I have a little bit too much on the guitar bags. I don't really need that much exposure. I just did that for symmetry reasons. For aesthetic reasons, I mean. Okay, and then we can go guitar bags on the front and take down one of those displays and do the extra bags on the side. Like this. Like this. And then these last couple of things, these violin cases, and there's one more case as well, a small one. That one, and then there's one more. Where's it at here? Where are you at? There it is. There's two more. Oh no, there's only one more. So then that's extra. Okay. That actually doesn't look bad like that. Have the extra ones there. We'll just condense down on all these ones that we have extras of. Let's get rid of them. Did I miss anything? I think that's... Is that everything? I mean, it's not a bad little start. We can do registers right here in order to get people to check out near music. We just need one more rack for here, which we can just condense one of these racks down and get rid of some stuff. So we can actually, if we did that, we could go. Where's that speaker at? Do we have? Not back here. It's all the way up here. I'll have to get another box. Can't wait for that generic box. It's gonna make a big difference. Hey, okay, let's get this out of the way and let's look at it real quick. Okay, so we got some excess, but we will condense the excess down, and I really think that that is pretty nice. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this will expand our music sales? I think so. I think overall it looks really good. I mean, outside of a couple little odds and ends, I mean, we can maybe fix in some other fashions. Some other fixtures and whatnot. So if we were to combine this a little bit more, I don't know. Maybe we can condense this down a little bit more. But we only have one facing at most things. I don't really see how we could do it. I'm liking this though, man. It looks pretty freaking good. We'll get it all styled out with the right things and whatnot. But I like this little pop outs. It looks nice. I mean, even those gaps in the middle. It's gonna look a little weird from upstairs, but it'll be fine. Nobody's gonna really care. Got this one little cutout. Be nice if we could tighten that in a little bit more to make it all one block as opposed to being here. But technically, music can come all the way over here. We'll just put self-checkouts right here for customers to be able to check out. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, overall, I'm liking it, man. That's pretty solid. But all right, yeah, that's where I got to get off though. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Seriously, thank you so much for this first live stream. I'll get some of the mechanical stuff fixed with the live stream, like the chat and stuff like that working. And all the alerts and stuff like that and everything will get that working. But seriously, thank you so much for everybody hanging out. This has been an incredible stream. A lot more people showed up for this than I thought would. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me for these couple hours. We'll be back later in the week to keep working on this and flesh some more stuff out because I got plenty more to do. As you can see, we got a lot to do. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night and I will see you very soon.